Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online as we are in a loading screen to go to Azenobalzar because today I plan to get back to doing stuff on Arkenstone, my main server before Anor and definitely before Treebeard. But anyway, today I plan to just get connected back with some of the Update 30 Blood of Azog content, and I believe my kin is planning on running the Fall of Khazad-dûm, so should be doing the new raid, I suspect, and then I might be joined by somebody to do some general in-game group content later. But they are below level 130, so we might have to do some different things or 3-mans or something like that. But that is the tentative plan for today. Unfortunately, I was planning on starting the stream actually about an hour to even 2 hours before now, but ultimately was unable to. I was hoping to get settled with a lot of questing, basically, and I might do a decent amount of questing, but don't expect to get the tons of questing I was initially planning on. And Riff Magos, hello to you. You asked if I recruit on Arkenstone. I don't really recruit on Arkenstone. If you're talking about my kinship specifically, as far as I know, they would recruit players if you are meeting with the kin. I need to get more screenshots of these dwarves. I got one of the ones with the spears. Now he's doing his thing. Gotta get them when they're doing interesting things. So as far as quest goes, it actually looks like I have some stuff in the camp. Supplies for the war effort, and I'm guessing assist in gathering supplies. That might be a quest to do quests, would be my guess actually. So I'm not entirely sure that I actually have objectives here, and it does not look like it. But yeah, as far as running the new raid, I believe that could be within 5 to 10 minutes, so could be pretty quick after starting the stream that they will start forming the group with that, but we will see. In the meantime, I would like to actually get some questing done. Brother's Grief, maybe that's another one I should turn in. That one I saw a little bit late. I don't know if I can go this way. I almost feel like there's a way on the map that it looks like it, but I'm not entirely sure, so we'll go the safe way where you can actually get to the camps that I know more for sure, at least. And I'll use the War Steed to speed it up this time. Just make sure I go the right direction. It's been too long since I've been to this camp. I don't actually know exactly how to get to that sector anymore, but I think it's up this way. Plus, it looks like if I go up this way, there's a quest ring on the map that is unrelated to anything I have tracked right now.
How might I be of service?
I know I've done some of the quests and it's been a little bit scattered, I guess, my questing experience here so far. So it does look like I had a few quests to turn in and then we'll be ready to go out on a new adventure. It looks like none of these really led to anything. They were probably, like I said, kind of random quests and didn't get anything done more progression-wise. As far as Blood of Azog itself goes, I still have to complete the interlude, and then that's actually this one. Or maybe those are both the same thing. But as far as the quests here go, and the Blood of Azog, the book quest, the chapter there, I have quite a few things with that and just have tons and tons of quests to do, so keeping me busy here. And yeah, it looks like we are, I'm pretty sure, about to group for the Fall of Khazad-dûm raid. I would like to get this character out of the town at least. Hello, Kakper, you say you're from Poland, and that is probably why I have no idea how to pronounce your name, but hello to you. And I'm glad you love my channel, glad you are liking the content. Alright, so where is a good direction to head? Because I have so many things to do, there are so many quests here, I don't really know where to begin. Maybe defeating these champions could perhaps be a start. There are a couple named NPCs. There is a travel place to Zarek Ziggle, it looks like. Actually, it says Zarek Ziggle here, but then it says Zarek Khazar there. So it's Zarek Khazar on the slopes of Zarek Ziggle, and that is what is going on with that. Otherwise, just a bunch of random things, it seems like random defeat things, collect things. Those usually aren't the ones I want to track because the more objective-based ones like traveling and defeating certain NPCs give me a better idea of how I can progress through the zone, I think. So I can untrack maybe the quest I'm on right now, and let's see where the book quest has me go. Okay, so the book quest has me doing stuff in the camp. It has me assisting some of the dwarves, so I do need to do all the regular zone quests, which is a good thing. Those are the quests I'm usually most interested in. Let's try these two. Yeah, these are actually... The Culling the Pack is right near me, so we'll start with that one. Let's get going somewhere with these quests for a brief moment. I think there are a bunch of wargs here, it looks like. Which makes sense, because the quest name is Culling the Pack. Let's untrack this one. Don't need to travel there right now. And I need to turn my volume down, now that we're at a louder place. So I do have a little, I guess, announcement to make later this week. And perhaps that means the weekend. I'm planning on trying a different setup. So with my current setup, I have a wall right behind me. And my desk is sort of floating in the middle of my room. And I'm thinking about turning things around. That would mean this wonderful map behind me may no longer be right behind me. But for a few reasons, I want to try that out, at least temporary. It's something I've thought about throughout the entire year, actually. And figured perhaps this weekend, I think this weekend would be good. Hopefully I'm not mixing my dates up, but I believe this weekend would be good to test that. And if I don't like the setup, I can always just move it back to how it is now. And if I do like it, then that's great and I can keep it that way. But that is something to look out for. This is so different than Treebeard, where while my health is going down, this is what made me comment on it, see my health going down, I don't really have to pay attention all too much. And I can feel safe to just keep on pulling things and not really needing to rest at all between mobs, although the dots, they seem to still be deadly. I might actually have to use a potion. I have tons of potions. I know it only shows 11 of them on my bar, but I do have plenty more in my inventory. Alright, I think I will go ahead and connect to my kin on Discord. So this will take me just a moment. But actually, while I'm looking over, I see OBS is looking a little bit weird with the audio. If I sound really quiet or like low quality on the mic, let me know. I was having some slight issues with that earlier today, but just saw that I was peeking over. Anyway, I need to adjust my settings real quick and then I'll connect to them. But as usual, I'll be on push to talk with them and have them playing through my headphones while you'll hear the Lotro in-game audio, not the Discord audio. Hello? Okay. I believe I am connected with everything. For some reason my Discord, sometimes it takes a while to get all my stuff going. Oh, I actually did clean my bags. This is something I did get a chance earlier today to clean my bags, Plastonic. So it's way better than it used to be. It's more so I can clean my vault and storage, actually, which did include cleaning my bag somehow. But that reminds me, I got the subscriber town services, and my vault has hardly anything in it relative to what it used to be. And my shared storage is way, way down compared to what it used to be. So there we go, bag cleanup part 1. Here, I'll even move this here. Thanks for the reminder to clean my bag, because I can actually do all of this. This is all my armor that has been stuck in my inventory. I finally got my vault to where I can just stuff it in my vault until I get a chance to actually deal with it. Basically when we move to Gundabad, or right before we move to Gundabad, so I can get some Embers of Enchantment, depending how they handle that. Okay, I believe that is all I need to do with this. Hello. Looks like a box is open. Oh yeah. I don't think I've seen this before. Level 405 Essence. Okay, it's a yellow one. I think I want Physical Mastery. This might actually, even though it's a yellow essence, I think it'll be better for me. Yeah, Stairs is a fun instance to me. Tactical. Physical Mitigation. That is the essence I will replace. Okay, so I'm actually surprised. I guess I'm too used to my Warden on Anor, but the essences I have on this character aren't as bad. I think I used to have some really bad essences on this character, but it looks like I got rid of most of them. I still have one that's I actually have a couple of Tactical Mitigation. I don't know that they're necessarily bad, but compared to something like Physical Mitigation, actually I'm only at 49.5%. That is surprising. Here is a big warg. Another situation where I could not do this on Treebeard. I was trying to get a heal off before I killed him. It's kind of funny, sometimes as a warden it does feel like you kill enemies too quickly just if you want to get a quick heal game, but especially if you have dots on you. Let's see, backpack. I want to make sure I don't forget anything in case there are actual quest items here, or I think there's some treasure caches and such you can get in this zone again. I don't entirely know. I was wondering, I thought that was a weird ward pack, but they were actually missing my gammas there. Wow. There we go. I finally used one decent gambit after all that time. See, I need to go this way. Yes, Warden does have something that clears the dots. It is the 7th skill here, First Aid. It clears 1 and it has a 5-second cooldown, so it's not too bad. My favorite Lotro expansion. I wasn't here for the launch of Minas Morgul, but I really like the Minas Morgul stuff. That might be... I don't know if it would be my second favorite, because I wasn't around here for also Mines and Morians. I messed this up last time. Siege of Mirkwood. I always get that confused with Shadows of Angmar and Siege of Mirkwood, the Shadows and Siege part. But anyway, did that Lore Master loot that backpack? That is fine. They probably should have anyway, but I was wondering what was going on there. I did not get whoever I needed to defeated though. That was a bit weird. There's something glowing here, but I don't think I can interact with it. The one I need to defeat, I think, is in this cave. Anyway, the other expansion would be Rise of Isengard. So that is one that I have played at the end game. That is the expansion I got to, the level cap, for the first time. So I really enjoyed that one. And I feel like because of that, I would have to rate it as my favorite expansion. Because I really did enjoy it, and it was the first expansion I got to the level cap and doing usual expansion stuff. But I feel like Minas Morgul, my experience in it questing, I don't quite know the full endgame rotation people are doing with Minas Morgul. One reason is because I didn't play during the launch of it. I think this is the one I need to defeat. I don't know if there's anything else I need in this cave. I see a bunch of missing scouts, but I don't have that quest, and it's kind of concerning. I feel like I'll have to come back to this cave just to get the missing scouts. I'll use a potion. Oh yeah, I could see a lot of this content not being fun as undergeared. Like, I have all the, I would say, kind of baseline endgame gear with Shakalash the Stair Battle, the War of Three Peaks stuff mainly, in that particular instance, as well as Amdan Demolda raid. I have a lot of that gear, which I think is good starter gear for endgame, in my experience, of course. But yeah, if you're undergeared, and perhaps not a Warden, I could definitely see some of this stuff being tough. Being a Warden helps with the AoE. I feel like things would be a lot slower paced, at least as a hunter. Anyway, oh, is there somebody I need to talk to in there? It says return to Aldi. Oh, there's Steeds of the Orc Chieftain in there. Oh no, I did not realize I had other things to do in there, other than cooling the pack. But yeah, I feel like I'm very scatterbrained on the favorite Lotro expansions. Takes 3 minutes to clear a camp that a Warden clears in 1 minute. That's the benefit of rolling a Warden. I'm still concerned about these missing scouts, but I'll just let them be. That one looks like a tiger to me. Doesn't even look like a warg from the single. The stripes. Hey Lewis Ryder, I am doing well today. Already making more quest progress than I expected. I've been streaming, it looks like about 20 minutes. And I wasn't really expecting to make much progress before we started the raid, so while I feel like I am missing a quest and we'll have to come back here, I'm at least making progress. I could also not be missing a quest. It could have me just come back here. Like the story being I saw all these missing scouts and I was like, I'll just tell them about that. Tell the NPCs about that, and then they're like, well, you should have rescued them. If I designed a quest like that, and that is actually the case of how it plays out in the game, that would be my reasoning behind it. How it would play out in the story, I guess. Yeah, Treebeard is quite a bit of fun. I'm just trying to mix in a little bit more stuff. I was in the mood to finally get... I've been super slow about Azenobalzar and Blood of Azal questing. And since I was in the mood for it and I knew my kin was going to be running the Fall of Khazad-dûm today, I wanted to try to make sure I could line up my time to play with them. Okay, I am right and I will have to come back. I don't know if that's actually how it plays out in the game, but see, he's even... Is he tied up? He's looking weird. I don't know why, but he looks really creepy. Okay, one more. They really upped their cave systems. They made them extra confusing, it seems like, starting in... I would say Minas Morgul is when I really noticed it. And this one goes along with that. Did we go this way? I think we did. I remember when caves used to be like a slower experience. It used to be really fun to try to clear the whole cave for me in MMOs in general, as well as Lotro. I don't think I need this one. Get some food. I think I have food in my inventory. I used to, at least. I might have run out of level 130 food. Let's see. I have some, at least. I still have some pieces of food. That would be a bit of a help. Could also get extra fancy and use fire oils and the such. There's a burglar here. Okay, did not go this way, I think. Except there's no way to go here. Oh, the first spider cave in Archit. Yeah, that one's pretty advanced for low-level stuff in Lotro. Okay, we got the tiger-looking warg. There was one back there I thought that we already got. Did we go down here? I'm pretty sure I got one down here, but maybe that was the problem. I only got one, and there are actually two down here. Back here, I'm guessing. I don't remember going over here, and based on the map, it does not look like I have. There it is. That is a lot of... That's a lot of debuffs. I don't think I have potions on this character. I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've stocked those. I don't even remember if they are a thing at this level still. Let's see, that is 130 resistance, so as far as I am aware, the potions don't work at this level. But I could be totally forgetting on that. Anyway, we got that done, and one other advantage of the Warden, not only is it 1 minute per 3 minutes compared to other classes, it's also 10 seconds of travel compared to like 10 minutes of travel for another class. Looks like as far as the raid goes, we have 4 plus 6, so 10. Getting a lot of the Sakov Beshek. I forget exactly what the rep rewards are. I just know I was very, very underwhelmed. A lot of the rewards for both the missions and the reputation in this area, including cosmetics or the lack of cosmetics, was really underwhelming to me. Unfortunately, I feel like the biggest thing, Bat could be a little bit neat. I don't think the Oaken Shield was that interesting. to me, for me. But the striking essences.
The year 1981, the Third Age, the Longbeards made their final stand against the Balrog known as Durin's Bane. The brave dwarves that defied the terror of that day be the saviors of their people.
I want to see what armor that is. Okay, that is the new shoulder pads from the raid. I don't know their chest piece though, I think is a little unrelated. That is the tiniest text I might have ever seen in Lotro. The name of this chest piece is Guardian's Artisan Greater Silk Steel Breastplate of the Unstoppable Juggernaut. That is like too many words. I don't feel comfortable leading the way. It's very scary. But that is 9 words. Oh, it looks like you can take the shortcut. I remember the first time I ran through here, I didn't know where to go. All the group was either there or not yet there. I was running pretty much alone, and I went around like the whole thing to try to get to where they were. But yeah, as far as cosmetics goes, that was the biggest thing that was underwhelming to me, unfortunately. I didn't like the War of Three Peaks cosmetics. That one at least had cosmetics, but I didn't like them. And now this one just doesn't have any. And I really need a change of cosmetics for this character. I can maybe craft him something. I do have Taylor. But one problem is, for the higher tiers especially, there just aren't any sets that you can make, not even like for cosmetics, but there just aren't basic sets. That's one reason I don't really find crafting all that enjoyable at high levels. That is something I miss. If I could change crafting in Lotro, I think we grouped up somewhere around here. I'll wait for more people to get here. But yeah, if I could change crafting in Lotro first, I would completely dissolve guild crafting, just delete it from the game. I actually can enjoy guild crafting early on. I don't know, actually, I should think about that more. Either completely revamp guild crafting or delete it. I would also add a bunch of basic armor sets. So like you have level 12 armor set at Journeyman, maybe an Orion. Well, actually that one does have an armor set, oddly enough. So this is another good example of a high level armor set. Has 3 essence slots. Maybe add something similar for Doomfold, Ironfold, Minas Ithil, Westamnet, Eastamnet, and Westfold even. I know Westfold has some stuff, but add basic armor sets to all that you get by default. And that would essentially be the start. Yes, this is Fall of Khazad-dûm, and it is tier 1, which is Durin's Bane, is who we find here. I have a similar cosmetic set, I think, on my Burglar. Similar-ish. I don't know if it's the same piece. This will be my second time running this raid. I've at least run it once. I think last time I played Redline, I don't know how this character's stats are in the Redline. I just know that is what I played last time. I think for me, especially in a single target raid setting, which as far as I remember, this is pretty much entirely single target, I prefer Redline. I usually do better with Redline. My stats look really good, the offensive stats, to be honest. I don't remember the exact percent for physical mastery cap, but I'm above 200%, and I'm not even fully buffed yet. I'm in range stance, I don't know if that affects it. I don't think it does anymore. This should go up to, yeah, 223.7. Once the momentum buff goes away, it should go back down. But anyway, with my purple jewelry, teal regular armor, I I'm pretty good on the offensive stats. I think defensive stats, one of the bigger things is just getting my morale up, and potentially tactical mitigation, but a little bit less sure on that one. But yeah, good old stat bloat we have with, seems like starting especially with War of Three Peaks armor. Easy to get capped on the offensive stats, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I'd probably say a bad thing, actually, because for me at least it makes it less exciting to try to get new gear. Even if it would make my character relatively worse offensively, I still think it makes upgrading the character less exciting, which is kind of how I feel about my Warden at 105, same issue. Too easy to cap these stats, essentially. And as far as healers go, we have a captain who I assume is playing red, would be my guess. We have a Beorning. I would guess they are healing. They look like they're in heal spec. And then we have a Minstrel. So 2 healers, I'm thinking. As far as tanks go, we have the Guardian. I don't know if this fight needs 2 tanks, at least on tier 1. I don't foresee pain. This was fairly easy when we ran it the first time. I might have died because I wasn't paying attention, but that was totally on me. Yes, the Beorning. The Beorning does not look like a Beorning, I have to admit that. Unless they're in bear form, but that outfit to me does not look like a Beorning outfit. That is a nice axe though, I have to admit I like that axe. Greater Axe of the Veils. That is a 2-handed axe, that makes sense. Still a nice axe though to me. Autumn Wanderer. I like that outfit, but again, does not make me think of Beorning. Maybe I should switch to my raiding outfit. I like this outfit, I just can't use it that often. And it's really weird wearing a dress. Oh, looks like we're starting up. Yeah, I will keep this outfit for now. I do have a target assist. They're targeting something I cannot reach. That is really loud. When we get all these cave claws and everybody grouped together, things get loud. I forget, the spec does not have spear sweeping. I need to move that. I might accidentally hit it at some point. I probably should have taken the time if I had remembered that I did not get spear sweeping on the red line. I probably should have taken the time to respec. But at the same time, perhaps it's okay that I don't have it. I kind of use the red line for my non-RNG spec as well. While there is a little bit of RNG, it's not nearly as much as my yellow line spec, or if I did get spear sweeping on it. So I think there are a couple more waves of ads. For this I can go yellow line, I think. Oh, somebody died. Champion. Probably with mobs with this much health, probably definitely should be using my thing. something shaking the building. The entire building of Moria. So as far as I know, there's one more wave of ads that I will stay aligned for a little bit. We'll see. I'll target the one that the Guardian is targeting. The assist target. Hold up. There we go. I don't think I used my big bleed yet. I don't think I got any spear sweeps there. I look like a witch from Wizard of Oz. I kind of do. Oh, and this is the issue I ran into last time, or an issue I ran into last time, is there were so many dots on the enemy, I don't think it was displaying any more rows, so I didn't actually know which bleeds I did and did not have on the enemy. That could be aided by an add-on, by a plugin, but I kind of clearly have not gotten that. Oops, did not mean to use the boot. Did not mean to use Death Strike. Okay, time to make sure I switch to the red line. Was I standing in fire? I don't know fire, but I was standing in something bad. I think. Maybe not. Maybe that red thing is the sticky tar from the Lore Master. Don't know. There was also a captain banner there.
That is not what all the terror takes. Charge!
Humane. With all the dwarves in Gundabad, it's good for me to get dwarf screenshots for thumbnails, especially since I don't play dwarves.
Hold the line. Wear the cloud. We are not here to fight this story. Peace be my lord, and answer for my mouth.
Okay. Got my screenshots, now I can position. Oh, eat food, good reminder. I will do that. Except I only think I have 2 types of foods today, it looks like. Actually, I have 3 resistance foods. Oh, no, resistance and stat food. Okay, that makes sense. So I am missing... Yeah, I really shouldn't be eating these. I might have wasted a buff there. Oh well.
Listen to me. You must lead our people now. Sound the retreat. Daphne, steady. Come with me. We must save our people. Commander, take these heroes and hold the line for as long as you are able. Everyone else, this will be the end of the long race. We'll see it out.
I don't know if the Daleman's Crams is worth it. I have so many of those and never use them, but I still don't know if it's worth it. I am playing the red line, right? Which means I'm pressing things in a very bad order. Bad start to this boss fight. Hopefully it doesn't matter, ultimately. And while fighting giant things is quite fun, usually, an unfortunate part is you're often just staring at their feet and don't even get to see what they do. I can zoom out a lot, but then I get to see my character less. It almost distracts me from the gameplay. So yeah, it looks like the Trail of Fortifying, I guess. I usually call them by what they give, so that's the resistance and stat food are combined, and then the regeneration seems to still be separate. I don't know what gamuts I've used. We'll just reset. I think I have my Javelin debuffs up, but this is another time I can't tell. I think we're going to the next phase. Ooh. Those NPCs. Oops. Okay. Now I have a chance to actually make sure I do things right this phase. Or at least this first part of this phase. I basically have to go by memory, it seems like, of what I have and have not used at this point. But I'm trying to keep track. It looks like things are mostly tracking right now. Oh, you can still hit him while he's doing that? Did not mean to use that. I don't know if this is the part we have to pay attention to whatever thing's falling. We do. Okay. I think a lore master died from that. Don't know what dog gamuts I've used. What bleed gamuts. I feel like he's about to go flying again. I would go ahead and use Recklessness. I forgot if that actually did have the ness at the end. But I feel like he's about to go again. We'll see. Oh. I think I was a bit slow on that, but I didn't seem to take much damage. Oh, I am walking slow. The Balrog is way too big. He's way too big to really look at him while you're fighting him, and pay attention to the ground. There we go. Don't remember what I used. That is definitely a problem. Also don't see my Javelin debuffs on there anymore, but as I keep mentioning in talked about last time. That would be the benefit of having a plugin that tracks all that. Because tracking buffs and debuffs in Lotro, I don't think is always that great. I'll go ahead and switch stances. Oh yeah, I was supposed to use my javelin skills, but that's okay. Randomly stop moving. So nice of him to boot you forward. So it acts like I can hit him, but he actually is an invalid target. I don't think it's a resounding challenge yet. That rumble thing is honestly a little bit confusing to me. I know you're supposed to move, but it seems like the area goes down and then you move after that. Okay, one more, I'll go back to Resounding Challenge. I should run plugin analysis one time during a fight like this just to see what my damage is like. I don't think I need to use that again. Yeah, you don't seem to, or at least I don't seem to take damage even if the rubble falls on you, just you have to move after it, I guess. I know I have been killed. Again, my one and only death in this raid was from the rubble. And as far as I understand, there are, and should be, more mechanics when you go up in the tiers. That I don't think we either have or have to pay attention to. The red squares, at least in this, are definitely not buffs. Usually the red ones that they have the red outline are usually bad ones. White, I'm thinking, also I'm not standing with the mirroring I'm supposed to be standing on. I have no idea what games I haven't not used at that point. But yeah, white ones like this, the captain, we have the captain one and the lore master there. Those are friendly. Oops. And I believe that is it. I almost ran the wrong way. I am running really fast. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody run so fast. I guess he's quite scary. And I don't even have that up. Somebody just run off. I think they did run off.
The evacuation is complete. Where is Commander Forma?
Alright, once again I did get a piece of gear. I got a piece of gear last time, so that's exciting. But what's not exciting is I need essences for it. Oops. Why I keep clicking the wrong things. I want to click my vault. Actually pay attention to what I'm clicking this time. So last time I did get the chest piece last time, so now I have the pants and I have almost a set. So essences, it depends what level you are. I would say at level 100 plus is really when you should save them. The essence system really started with Western Gondor, which would have started at level 100 at that point. 95 to 100 was the update level in Western Gondor region, but the essences didn't really start too much until actually at level 100. So yeah, I would wait until then. You'll start coming across a lot more essence gear at that point. And while leveling, it can be hard to get all the essences that you want without doing a bunch of, depending on the content era, a bunch of like repeatable dailies, a bunch of instances. I don't even know, instances don't really seem to be the best for dropping essences, except for, I've noticed in War of Three Peaks and perhaps even this raid, I've seen people get essences. But yeah, that's something, talking about essences, I've been planning on making a video on this topic, but basically, I feel like there's an issue with Lotro and essences and armor acquisition at endgame, where I am actually not excited to get this piece of armor. I would be more excited to get an essence box, which should not be the case. Like, I got a shiny new piece of armor from the new raid, which is better than all my previous armor, but I need essences for it. And I could use essence reclamation scrolls. That is something that could help with it, but all my previous armor only has like 2 essences and I need 3 of them. And since I already need need 3 essences. So basically, I actually would have been better off if I got an essence box instead of the brand new piece of armor from the raid, which feels bad more than anything to me, and I just don't think that should be the case. Were y'all running that one again? Okay, yeah. I don't have another character for that then. Alright, yeah, I do plan to stick around a while, so I'll see if I'm up for something. Alright, I'm gonna hop out, but just let me know. Okay, I am out of my Ken's Discord temporarily. They might do some stuff later, but they are basically doing the same raid but with their alts, which if I had an alt at level 130 I would do that. This seems like the perfect outfit. Not that one. Definitely not that one. Let me fix this. There we go. This is the perfect outfit for this location. All those dwarves, they need armor. They can't stand the cold. Okay, that's actually... I was going to say it's making me cold, but it's making my character feel cold, I feel like. It is too warm where I am for it to feel cold, and according to the thermostat it's 73 degrees in here, which is kind of warm. Anyway, I'm totally distracted because of the whole outfit situation here. So Plastonic, your answer is no. What, oh, are you talking to Jigsaw, maybe? Yeah, Essence Reclamation Scrolls, I believe the easiest way to get those is doing a Scraid weekly. I don't know how many you have to do if it's each skirmish, but as far as I know, that's the best method, is to do skirmish raids. This guy is dual-wielding hammers. It looks like he either wants to build something or bash an orc head and then stick the spiky part of the hammer into the orc head after that. I can't quite tell. I really do like all these dwarves. All the different dwarves is a really neat thing in this update. And all the different like weapons and such that they have different armor. And that's exactly one of the reasons I'm actually disappointed with the cosmetics so much is you can't get any of these cosmetics. They just aren't a thing. He is making a weapon. I would be very interested to see what he makes one day. Oh yeah, the missions. I forgot. Are the missions the 15 and 45 ones? See, I should have that. Actually, I don't think I've done missions on this character. At least not for a long time. Alright, I need to actually do something about my armor. Yeah, this armor set does not look good to me. I think I used it on a female. It looks better on that. And I think on a Beorning, but does not look good on an elf to me. So, keep the green one. Again, at some point, I would like to get this character's crafting to where I can at least see. I know there's some interesting Westfold, Eastamnet, Westamnet, and maybe even a Dorian crafted armor sets as far as cosmetics go. I don't remember. I think this one's pretty ugly and kind of actually very low level looking to me. There might be also some other, I know there's a bunch of scattered sets that I could look for this character, but I also know that I do like some of those medium range crafted sets that mainly come from guild crafting, which this character I suppose could do the guild crafting. I don't know if my kin, that's one thing that's very nice about Anor is my kin there has ingredient crates, so can get tons of those and easily craft basically anything I want for my characters. But I'm not sure if this kin has that. They do have a kin house, and I know they have a training dummy at the kin house, but that is about it. That looks like something kind of thematic towards this area that I've seen. Looks kind of dwarfish from what we have seen here. But anyway, I think it is time to get questing. See, that quest ring back there is what is distracting me, but it says Warg Champions, defeat the Warg Champions, which is, so it's a quest to complete a quest basically, which I like those quests because they're basically bonus quests, but just takes a minute I guess to actually organize and process that. So as far as I know, I did a lot of stuff in this part of the zone already. The southeast part of the zone, I knocked out a quest or two here. But I feel like just about any enemy in the zone has the potential to be relevant for a quest, even a moose like that. So far we have crossed 2 animals off the list. Boar meat, that is something I need. And let's switch to the landscape line, maybe. There we go. Get this Dale boar. Not a boar of the Dale lands, but of the Dimral Dale. I have no idea what gambit I'm using, but it did surprisingly decent damage, I will admit. Yeah, wolf pelts, bear pelts, so wolf, bears, and boars, but no deer or moose or whatever other thing I ran by, a bat or something, or a Hendrivel. I wonder what the featured instance is. Could potentially run that. I think you can still get some LI bonuses at level 130. I don't know if they updated the featured instances, if you can get the new essences or not. I think you can get tier 12 essences if I remember correctly, which would be better than nothing. Like if I got enough tier 12 essences even, the basic yellow ones, this could potentially be an upgrade. I'd have to think about that, actually look at it. But if the physical mastery from the yellow tier 12 ones is 16,500, that is about 3,000 mastery less, give or take. So with that, I don't know. think I would get about 10,000 mastery more, which is quite a bit. But I don't know at that point if I actually would need mastery. Champions are about 5 million morale. Skip those. Where are the champions of the wargs? Oh, it actually showed right here on the map. It says the champions of the wargs. There's a goblin carrier somewhere. I thought there were supposed to be enemies here. This is actually really weird because I know I've ran past enemies there every time until now, and it looks like somebody dragged everything away. So I feel like the goblin carrier is somebody who would travel along a path, but I do not know. 5 million morale just makes me more interested in trying to defeat them, to be honest. Okay, don't see any goblin carrier. I will continue down the road because that is just what I would guess is going on here. There's a goblin lancer. They're killing, that is a person. Oh, they have low health. They're probably one of those, high warden, but they're a hunter. They're probably one of those undergeared hunters. As somebody described in chat themselves being earlier. Oh. He didn't look like a carrier, but I was still hoping when I ran into a goblin on the road. So there are a couple of goblin carrier defenders as well. I'm guessing it is a roaming pack. Oh, it does travel north. Yeah, I was actually coming to that conclusion. It seems like that it's a roaming pack with 2 defenders. And they will give me the champion missive, which might lead me to the champions. But that is good confirmation there, thanks, Plastonic. Is that it? That looks like it is it. Except they are traveling too fast for me. That is a lot of dwarves and orcs. Unfortunately, that makes things laggy with Lotro. Alright. Oops, I did not mean to do another Exaltation of Battle, but I don't think it matters that much. Somebody actually using non-combat skills here? Or are they just tapping things while running? Battle Stalker. I think it'll go in combat with me anyway. Maybe it won't have, but I feel like with all my AoEs there is a good potential that I somehow hit it with something. There it goes. Oh, so much lag right now. Not only FPS lag, but the skills were a little bit delayed right there. Okay, what I want is this Khazad Silver deposit. Okay, so Warg Missive. Oh, is that all I needed? I was promised 5 million morale champions. Maybe that comes later, but I did get those 2 quests done, so that is good. Oh, delivery of no... That is actually way in the northeast. Yes, Taylor T. My health is actually 274,572, which would round up to 275,000. In the raid I had with all the buffs, it was around 300,000, a little over 300,000. So your 114 hunter is let me get my words right. Your 114 hunter is 30,000. That is actually kind of scary because my warden, my other warden, on Anor has about twice that much at level 105. there's a lot of stat bloat. If you haven't played since the end of Mordor, I guess one potential thing is maybe the stats were updated since then. Unless you mean logging in recently, it is still that low, I guess. But I think even my Runekeeper might be close to that or more, and that's below 105 without much of the good 105 or even level 100 gear. But yeah, morale goes way up and just keeps going way and way up, especially at 130. Now my morale is also low. There's some people with 1,000,000 morale at this level. I believe it's still possible. I know the captains were nerfed and they were the ones that could get the most morale. I know their morale potential was nerfed, but right around 1,000,000 is where the big morale numbers are. I've gotten a lot of screenshots of dwarves, but I could try to get one of an orc here. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Let's see, so around here I think these fallen branches and cut wood is what I mainly need. This particular area. It's a forest of enemies and a forest of enemies, they're all NPCs, but non-character enemies and non-character friendlies. It really does feel like a battle going on here. The only thing that's, I guess, immersion breaking is that I can't attack these orcs or anything. Yeah, at that level, legendary items become very important to make sure you have the damage boosted with Starlit Crystals. In particular, for a hunter, if he did play Lotro again, or at least played that character again, would be to get tons of Starlit Crystals and at least make sure you can kill enemies before they kill you. And perhaps because stats have been updated, I don't know if a lot of armor has been updated, but there have been stat changes since then. Perhaps your stats would be different anyway and you'd actually have more morale. Wow, there's branches in a forest. I feel like I could call this a forest. Maybe it's a wooded area, not quite a forest. It's a forest strip, a tiny forest. If you scaled the game world size to real world, potentially it could be a forest. Like, that'd just be a clearing in the forest. Thought I saw something. A copse. I have no idea what a copse is. Or is it a copse? Copsey? This is not right after Mordor. I am actually right outside Moria, just to the east of Moria. This is an interlude that goes back in time. And it is level 130 continent, split of Azog as Enables are, but it is essentially the Dimril Dale back in time. There is Lothlorien. This is the current Dimrill Dale, which they updated. Dimrill Dale and Lothlorien, but this zone is the Dimrill Dale part back in time. This is during when I guess there was the 6th War, as it is described, between the orcs and dwarves. Or depending on your perspective, dwarves and orcs. A thicket of small trees or shrubs. Oh, coppice. I think I have heard that word. But yeah, that would probably be a good description of this. Cluttered is how I describe it. Not necessarily cluttered in a bad way, but very cluttered. And very low FPS. Did not mean Control R, Control F. Very low FPS. I'm down to like 20 FPS. I am curious if I look at, look at my task manager, my GPU usage is actually pretty high for a Lotro. If my GPU is 80% utilized in Lotro, that is pretty good by this game standards. Usually it does not get that high. The loading screen is about the only time my GPU is fully utilized, and I have no idea why. But yeah, I get this 30 FPS and still my GPU isn't quite fully utilized here. My CPU is at 4.5 gigahertz and about 40% used right here. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell just on the task manager the utilization, I guess. It's also hard to tell with HW monitor, but anyway, I was just curious for a minute my resource utilization at this point when I have low FPS. You'd get 5 FPS in this area. That is possible. Places like this where there are a lot of just things going on in Lotro are very bad for lag, very bad for FPS, I've noticed. It's the same thing outside Minas Tirith during the Battle of Pelennor Fields. It's the same thing in the War of Three Peaks, but the War of Three Peaks I felt like was a bit less than this. But yeah, while it's neat areas like this, there's just so much lag that it's kind of hard to enjoy a little bit. I might be able to turn the graphics down. This is something we can do. But the problem is if I turn the graphics down, I'd want to adjust them back up in another area. Like if I go back to Treebeard, I'd want to just turn the graphics right back up because I can and won't lag. If I go to most of the stuff on Anor, I'd want to turn it back up. So there are probably a few things we can look at. The first would be post-processing. We'll see if just turning that straight off does any good. That actually did seem to have a little bit of an impact. I'm not quite going down quite as low, but it's still low. There's this stuff. Yeah, let's do that and turn this down. I don't know if that'll make much adjustment. I don't think I have to accept to actually change that setting, but that seemed to help a little bit. When I go this way, it's actually really smooth right now. I'm impressed that facing this way, away from all that clutter, isn't that bad. Okay, let's see what else we have. By the way, this bar, while I'm thinking about it, I need to move that right there. I always forget about it until it pops up, but right there I actually did catch it enough that I knew I wanted to move it while we were paying attention to these things. Okay, it should face the place that actually gives me lag. Particle effects. As far as I know, this is mainly with abilities and the such. This could actually be a good setting potentially for Minas Tirith. It doesn't seem to have had too much impact. Oh, turning snow off, I'm actually curious. Yeah, turning snow off did not do too much, which is good. I like snow. Although it actually, honestly, as cluttered as this is, turning the snow off makes it look way less cluttered somehow. I'm gonna turn. I think that is the game, whatever. I can't hear the audio. I guess a little bit of music sounded like a computer fan, like my computer fan for some reason. Alright, landscape shadows. I don't even see many shadows. I'm already on low with that. Yeah, I'm not sure that did much help. High quality lighting, if I turn that off. It used to be in areas like this, shadows, which doesn't seem like it'd be too relevant right now, and lighting were usually the bad things, but I don't know so much anymore. Perhaps turning textures down could be a little bit of a help, but usually that has no effect and I really like them all the way up anyway. I am curious though, if I turn textures down to low, it looks really ugly and does not help with the performance. Atmospheric detail, what if I turn that down? Doesn't seem to have done too much. This is basically how I determine my graphic settings. I did not mean to do this, but I just thought, ooh, distant imposters. That does not seem to have done too much. But yeah, this is basically the process I actually use to determine graphic settings. We'll turn landscape draw distance. I feel like things get smooth a little bit, but that's usually when I look this way where it's smooth anyway. That didn't seem to do much help. Material detail. Once again, at first I thought it did help, but not so sure. And then model detail, we'll even turn that way down, and once again, not much help. Precipitation effects, I already turned that one off, that didn't have much effect. Object draw distance, that seems to be the winner. Now we can't see the objects in the distance, but it's smooth. It's not even very smooth, it's fairly smooth. Turning up to high is not as bad as it was. I think it was on ultra high before. But yeah, that seems to be the big thing causing issues right now. Perhaps medium could be a good balance. It just depends if I want higher FPS or to actually see things in the distance. I feel like I would like to see, I mainly miss trees and just cluttery looking stuff. Let's see what high is. I think high is a good balance for me. Maybe medium. Oh, the world looks so naked right now though. Can't see anything in the distance. But anyway. Actually, I'm still getting a little bit of lag looking that way with this. But that seems to be the one that impacted the performance the most right there. Oh well, I have quests to do, I know. First we have to get the Khazad Silver. I will probably never use this, but I feel the need to gather it anyway. Learn of goblin slaying? Oh yeah, because we're not actually slaying the goblins. We're learning the tale of whatever, Stormhammer or something? I don't remember his name. Helmhammer maybe? Something Hammer, I think, is the guy we're learning the tale of what he did in the Blood of Azhog. Stormhammer, that was actually right. Alright, stack of wood. I think the big thing I need is the cut wood. I only have one more fallen branch to get. I think he ran behind a tree and that messed up my game. It's right there. I'm actually going to have to use something. I decided to use an ability. Yeah, while the FPS is still a little bit low, it definitely feels smoother than it did, I think, especially in a forest like this where I can't see that far out anyway. I think that was a good thing to turn down. Okay, there's a fallen branch. I'll probably run into an enemy here. I have no idea what gambit I used. Okay. I didn't realize I actually had whatever built to use Brink of Victory. Because I was expecting the Warcry animation, but that is not what I ended up using. So we have 2 more cut wood. Then there are bunches of other quests I know. Zelruka, where is Zelruka? Oh, that is the dwarf. That is not a location, that's a dwarf type. Zelruka might be. I don't remember if that's Iron Hills or not. If those are the Zelruka dwarves or not. Okay, so I have 3 quests ready to turn in. One of them's up there and 2 of them are down there. Go ahead and untrack those. How about Ayak? Kamaz Kala, have not been there. This traveling, where do I need to travel for that quest? So that quest I need to travel to that camp. It's good to know. Deadly Rain and Cloudy Head would be, I'm guessing, up there. So a couple quests to go up there, and I know I have to go way up there anyway. We'll see this one. That was Fetid Arrows, which is right around this area, also up towards the Red Horn. Have not gotten any of those. There are supposedly some in this area. So maybe we can start working on that one. That one's ready for turn-in. And then supplies, that is a quest to do quest. This one, Kamaz Kala. We have already tracked some Kamaz Kala. Okay, that is down there. Zerakazar. That is going to be that camp, and then the Warg Champions, okay. I don't think I'll be able to kill them without a potion. And I don't think it was worth my time to really heal it right there. Okay, so there supposedly should be some quest items here for poisoned arrows. I'm guessing enemies at Rang Shakam is not here, and then poison pouches. That is the Fetid Arrows quest. For some reason I feel like that's something in the north, the Rang Shakam place, but I don't actually know. It could also be right there. But according to the tracker, there should be something that counts for it in this area, and I don't see. This is Khaled Zaram, where I am the Mirror, and don't see anything. I must be in range stance. I thought I was in melee stance that whole time. And I'm guessing the same for the forest. If there's nothing in this area, I don't see why there would be something randomly in that forested, wooded area. But yeah, pressing the delete key, don't see anything. There's a Khazad Silver deposit. And I don't think any items are dropping if, like, the poisoned arrows were drops from enemies. Nothing seems to be dropping that. So maybe we can go ahead and start heading towards the Ashmar Gathal. Took me long enough to say that. Almost got my character killed doing so. And once again, I am skipping over tons of Gambit builders. I think one problem could be the FPS, just the slowness in the game. And then another problem could potentially be some server lag, some general Warden lag you get. But I'm just noticing that is happening a lot. Not only in this zone, but also today. So head southeast and then up northeast, I think, is the plan for this character for now. Again, I might have... I guess I could check on that. I feel like those two are a good example. I had to wait a long time for Control 3 to actually go off there. But anyway, checking to see if I will be doing some group instances or not. And then again, my kin might run more after they do their next run of the Fall of Khazad-dûm. That's an interesting position. Seems quite effective, actually. Okay, so I have a couple options. One is to kill this group of orcs. I don't know that it would be best to do that in the L line. I don't think it would be bad to do in the L line. But I think I could get better results actually going in the blue line just for some defensive sturdiness. And for Plastonics, I will make sure I actually eat my consumables, eat my food this time. Some chicken stuffed whey bread along with Daleman's crams. Daleman's crams, I think. Yeah, Daleman's. Okay. Turn off floating names first of all. Still use the DPS gamuts. Still want to kill the enemies eventually. I see something shiny here, so I'll be sure to try to get that. The morale taps, well, once again, slowness with the gamuts, but the morale taps are weak, but they do, with all the enemies, it helps still to use them to survive. Oh, you can get orcish provisions here. I did not realize this was actually, I guess, Kamaz Kala is where I am right now, and this is actually where I need to do some of the quests. And there's a bridge right here. I don't think I've been across this particular bridge. I was thinking the way I had to go was to go down to the Stable Master and come up that way, but actually did not know this was a connection right here in this zone. And as far as the... don't think I'm working on Petted Arrows, which supposedly I can get progress for that quest, even if it's not seeming like it. So breaking the front is the one I have to pay attention to, it seems like, and that I can get up to the north. In fact, this is the last provision in this section of the camp. I think I can go out and safely stay blue line. Blue line provides a lot of sturdy benefits when I'm killing things fast anyway. The extra security for big AoE pulls I really like in the blue line. And here is Rock is the name of this guy. Still not quite a 5 million morale thing. I gotta try to at least get to that today. Like, ideally I'll get up to the northeast camp and do all the quests along the way. And then maybe go back for turn-ins at the main Amdan camp. And then that might lead to the bigger wargs, I suppose. I think that totem is slowing me. Okay, got that one done, and got that one done. 2 quests done. So it looks like you can go over this way. I don't know if there's an actual path. It looks like that goes back down that way towards the bridge. It looks like there is a path that at least goes to the Mirror. And I don't remember if you can get up there from the frozen part of the lake or not, but either way, from where I am, that is a pretty big shortcut that I did not know about. And I just fell. But the things I need to do here would be the fetid arrows, which I don't think I can actually get here. Turn floating names on, double check, and the only thing, objects I see at least, are chests and the such. And then there are all the enemies. Plus I've been to this area, I've done quests already at this particular camp. So I feel like I would have some progress on the quest at this point if things were actually here. This is a good test at this level, because I forget, I know the morale tabs get a lot weaker, but I feel like this is actually a good test point to remind myself the relative strength of them, which I think they're actually a lot weaker than I thought. The big one, Resolution, that one's not too bad. But I guess I got too used to the low-level Warden, the like level 100 and below, 105 and below morale tab strength. It just seems to get worse and worse, I guess, as you level up, from what I remember. Oh, Goblin Sappers. Perhaps the most dangerous enemies in any of the recent updates, the Sappers. There's another Sapper there. I don't know if this is the best idea, but we'll do it anyway. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Not only were there tons of enemies, I think if I revive, I'll get killed by fire. But not only were there tons of enemies, there were a few Sappers as well, as I was just describing. So Colin, you were wondering if I run the red line on my Warden. Usually in landscape I do the yellow line. Right now I'm in the blue line for extra survivability because I'm killing things quickly anyway and at big AoE camps. I think that effect's about to go away. Okay, so I need to probably use a potion and use Defiant Challenge, and I'll use a potion a bit quicker. Oh, I actually have everything on me, it looks like. And then I think I mentioned I used blue line for the extra survivability, which didn't quite work there. It's working right now. But otherwise, the red line, I mainly use that for specific group content encounters. Otherwise, I mainly use the yellow line for DPS. And the specific group content encounters would be boss fights without AoE, usually. Alright, I think I got my morale somewhat decently restored. I could maybe be doing this better, but this lets me kite and AoE at the same time. Take advantage of all those enemies while I can. And there's still tons of them chasing me. I'd like to take my time to just take my time going through this, but they're not letting me. They're going to keep chasing me, I'll just put the overtime morale tab. And that got them to go away. They didn't want me to get the value of the morale tab. Alright, it is very foggy over there. Very cloudy as well. Very foggy and cloudy. But that is Lothlorien, where we are facing. I believe the orc camp would be right here, and we are kind of close to that. I think a little bit north is where that orc covered area would be. There's also a random floating platform, which I believe is supposed to be part of a tree. But yeah, neat view here. I'll get a screenshot. Could be very plain for a background for like a thumbnail or something, but Alright, sounds like I probably won't be grouping up, but Bryce T, thank you for the compliments about the interview. I know I talked about this in my, I think, stream after it, but unfortunately my audio quality from my end was not great because sometimes my mouth gets really clicky and it decided to be clicky there, which I feel like it is right now. And on top of that, I had the microphone a little bit far away compared to where it usually is, so not the best quality there. But otherwise, I'm glad you thought it went well. I think the content is what matters most, and of course Raininia did most of the talking, which is, I feel like, what an interview is supposed to be about, the person being interviewed. But yeah, neat views here. It's just so cloudy, can't really see much of anything. Would be neat to see beyond this, because as far as I know, you can't actually travel up this far in the regular version of the Dimrill Dale anymore. There also used to be in the beta for this update, there used to be, like, I guess leftover world building materials, landscapes, landforms. It was like essentially like giant mountains, but was obvious that they didn't even look like mountains, kind of like a wall of rock instead of a mountain of rock off in the distance, and it looks like they either cleared that up or just hit it with clouds. But glad to see that gone, because that would be an immersion breaking thing. Do we need hawks? That is a question. Nope. Could go back on my mount, but this is an oddly peaceful part of Azenobalzar. It's such a busy zone. It is nice to have a break from going fast, and I need to kill this boar anyway. Don't think I need the doe. Don't need the hawk. There's another boar. This would be a time I would like to be in the yellow line. No point of being in the blue line for a fight like this. It looks like the resounding challenge still one-shots things. Why am I targeting the doe? I need the wolf as well. There's an enemy over here on the minimap. It is a hawk. Alright, I'll go ahead and get on my mount. Meant to get on my war steed, but this will do. The boars always feel so fat, I guess, on a warden, because they're a lot wider than a horse. I'm guessing I have quests for this area. I think I do. I remember tracking something. I think it was right in this camp. So there are a few wolves here, but probably a good idea for me to switch to the blue line and get a bigger AoE pull. I have no idea why I'm using this gambit, but hopefully that kills it. Now, I saw on the blue line I still have to spend 1 trait point. I almost feel like this is a thing I might as well just spend it in the blue line just to spend it. Better than it not being used at all. But at the same time, perhaps there is something I could change to get the last point in lasting impression. I don't know. I'll keep it as it is for now. The morale tap damage is probably one I would trade for that. And I think I tested the morale tap damage recently, and that does affect the heal portion of it. Which, based on the way morale taps work, that would make sense, but at one point I thought Elotros past it did not. There are a lot of archers, that is not good. As long as I hit them with resounding challenge, I think I'm fairly safe. There's a hawk way up here. I don't know why, this is not what I expected from this camp. Overpass archer. Okay, it makes sense why there are archers, just based on the archer name. Restoration is at least a heal that can still heal pretty decently. Even in AoE at this point with the morale taps, I think it's worth weaving in. That was a very odd peak, kinda odd to run up since it's such a sharp peak, but I guess you can in the game. Now I want to scale that mountain, but it was about as high up as I seem to be able to get. Go to this one and get a better view, maybe? Nope. I don't know if I still need boars. I do still need boars. This is another, though, nice, like, clear area. Trying to get a good view for somewhere to get a screenshot and just look down over the land, but with the combat and my character being slowed by the boar, it takes a while. Yeah, this was all open the whole time, it looks like. I did not have to follow the road up. Sounds like we might do stairs tier 1. Hello again. Okay, there are all the archers. I don't think I got much of anything for actually killing them, though. What I needed to do was collect the arrows and bow stands. So all that with the archers and running away from them and doing that whole thing very slowly, I don't think was ultimately that good. And also, this is actually a good time, I think, to be in the yellow line. Probably not worth clearing out this camp before. Well, I'll wait till we have a lot of champions. That is nice. Especially for a tier 1 instance like this. Or even higher tiers, but I feel like that's just extra plow through with the champions at low tiers. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just close out on that. So it looks like I'm getting arrows here. These are not the bow stands. There's a bow stand. I'm guessing there's another set of stuff down there. Either these respawn or I missed one. I must still be playing the blue line. I thought I switched to yellow line, to be honest, but I don't think I ever did actually switch to yellow line. And that'll explain why I never got a seize the moment proc. Because I realized I had Defiant Challenge, which definitely don't have that in the yellow line. Okay, don't think I'm in combat anymore. Okay, got that quest done. It would be nice if I could get one more boar meat, just to go ahead and get that quest done as well before we get to the instance. Wolf pelts. It looks like I got all the wolf pelts, maybe. Whatever wolf thing I needed, I got all that. Need the bears as well. I wonder if they might have already started. I only have 4 people. I kind of got distracted with stuff in with the quest, but I'll go ahead and get in. I did not realize y'all already started. Go yellow. Oh, nobody was showing. I was about to run through everything.
Hope to deal a devastating blow to both of these forces in a single stroke.
See, somebody was talking about my morale. I think it was Taylor T, and how I have 261,000 right now. People in my group, everybody in my group is above 400,000. So I am definitely in the low morale range, I would say. Glad you love the live streams, Gary. I enjoy doing them as well. It's my opportunity to play the game. Okay, I need to... Somebody has to deal with the archer. I know that champions are going to mow all those orcs down in the group. I thought for a second it looked like a champion was using a shield. I was like, that is not the case. Oh, looks like we have a full group. We have a captain. That seems like a good thing to round this out. We don't have, as far as I know, a proper tank. I'm guessing the captain would play Redline. I don't know on tier 1 if you actually need a healer for this instance or not. I think I've done it without heals before. I have a noisy cat right now. Oops. Looks like I am being slow. Go ahead and use my consumables. I still don't know why, but I just know everybody always goes after the one on the left first. There are a couple ways you can go about this as a warden, it seems like, as is true with basically everything on the warden, but one way is to put things in battle memory, another is to try to spear sweep on that guy. I don't think there's anything I can do. But it seems like in this case, as probably should have been expected, things die too fast to do either of those things. What did I just pull up? I pressed some button and I have a performance overlay from NVIDIA that I did not even know existed. I was talking about my GPU utilization earlier, and this is what the NVIDIA performance overlay, which I don't know if y'all can see. I don't think y'all can see. I honestly cannot tell since the OBS preview screen is so small, but it says my CPU utilization is about 20 to 30% is where it's bouncing, and the GPU was at first 20%, but now it's all the way up to 40%. So apparently Alt-R is what brought that up. I thought I turned all that stuff from NVIDIA off, to be honest, but I guess not quite. Without a tank, I'll probably get aggro of those things anyway, so might as well go ahead and start hitting them. Get some damage and all the such in. There is a captain, but people are already focusing on it. I was going to try to do the spear sweep there, but oh. Keep hitting R for some reason. So this boss also, if I remember correctly, you don't have to pay attention to its mechanics all that much at tier 1. Just gotta hope for essence drops. I think that is the big thing I could get from this. Can't get Embers of Enchantment, which could slowly turn into essences, but if I really want to upgrade this character's gear for good or bad, which honestly not much point overall in that. There's some point, I think, but guess I'll get this chest. Getting tanky gear, but I probably won't tank even in this instance when we don't have a tank. I won't tank. It's very weird without a tank though, only I feel the need to pull the ones in the back. Oh, somebody else did it for me. See, this is a fun instance to me. Even doing tier 1, I think is fun to do. I don't know if it would be fun to do every single day, all the time on full repeat, but definitely fun to do every once in a while, and it's quick, even if it was every day. Just running it once a day does not take that long. I think we started this, it was a little bit of an odd run because we didn't have everybody there at first, but maybe about 10 minutes from actually getting into the instance and then leaving. Oh no. Doesn't really matter for the start of the fight, but there was some lag there to miss Gambit Builder. This guy always takes forever. I don't know why I'm trying to hit my abilities. He has to actually throw the goblin off first. And we can start hitting him. Maybe I'll get a couple of dots in before Hunters and Champion just outright kill him. Okay, I honestly did do more during that fight than I thought I would. We'll see. I need somebody else to open the chest and give me an essence box. Perfect. Yeah, good job on... I actually don't know what I want to get. There's the small chance that I start wanting Vitality at a point, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't paid attention to and even remembered enough this character's gear situation and stat situation on both of my specs. Actually, right now I'm at flat 200% on the physical mastery, which as far as I know would mean I'm capped, and with all the buffs could potentially be like slightly over capped with that. And that's basically why I would consider Vitality as an essence, but there are a lot of factors in that. I think most of my essences, as you all see, I have one Vitality, a couple tactical mitigation, just because I had nothing else. And then, yeah, pretty much all physical mastery, and a lot of other gear, it seems like, with physical mastery as a main stat. I think we are done with the grouping stuff as far as I know. But yeah, just look at my gear. That's the stuff. So continue heading northeast and then wrap up turn-ins and probably get wrapped up sort of soon with the stream. I think we talked about the questing plan earlier, but yeah, get to this camp, see where it leads, and then otherwise go back to the Amdan and see where that stuff leads. That is the tentative plan. I think I did get everything done. It looks like, yeah, I got that quest camp done. And now I'm ready to head further northwest. Yeah, I think so. I think I got the wolf. Okay, disconnected from my kennel Discord, so we are good to go. More distraction free. I wouldn't say completely distraction free because that's sort of impossible for me, but a little bit more so. I will say with this outfit, with this character, I'm reminded when I get on the War Steed that one benefit of it being green is it does match my War Steed. I think there is a way you can change the War Steed color with outfits like that, but I think you have to buy it from the Lotro store, which I'm not really interested in doing. Well, I actually think that's a good way to monetize the game as cosmetics and not like essentially pay to win type stuff, like not loot boxes, keys, and the such. But anyway, yeah, that's something I probably want to spend my Lotro points on. I cleared my throat, but yeah, usually for my Lotro points I save it for things like shared storage space, mithril coins, and that type of stuff instead. But if that stuff weren't in the game and weren't in the Lotro store and it was only cosmetics, I probably would get different colors for my War Steed, so I could have better outfit matches and the sort of stuff like that. But because the Lotro store isn't entirely cosmetic, I feel the need to save my Lotro points for more, I guess, impactful things. Alright, got a few quests here. I'm guessing a lot of them are in the northwest, but I feel like that is something better saved for another day. And I will... let's see, Amdan. Yeah, head back to Amdan. And then I'm guessing, especially with my throat being all weird like it is right now, that'll probably be all I have for this stream. I feel like I got a lot of good progress on the questing, even though I didn't do too much at the... It's like, I feel like I got a lot of progress in not much, but compared to what I have done in the past, I feel like I've just gotten a lot done as far as the quests go. So feel good with that progress. And it looks like there is somebody actually in my group. I saw all those check marks, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in a group. Got a lot of... Or they got all those quests done. That is a spear, I think. And it's a nice spear. I thought they were warden. I did not expect... There are... Okay. This is the person that I came across earlier. I did not pay attention to their cosmetics, their weapon especially, but they have a really nice cosmetic spear. Which is not that one, but this one. I like that spear. The outfit as well is pretty neat. That is 85 Guardian, really? I did not expect that, but that is a pretty neat outfit, I have to say. I would even think for, like, warden. Alright, take random tips. That is how you take random tips. If they aren't anonymous, you can just be super nosy on people's gear and find out what you want for cosmetics. And especially if I can get a matching javelin, like that spear. But I think it's funny, their title is High Warden, and they're a hunter, but then they kind of look like a warden at the same time using a spear. And I know on non-wardens, I still like using spears, not just because of the association with warden, but I think it's a fun weapon type. And for example, on like a guardian, I like to use a spear and shield if I am going to use a shield. And I think it's pretty neat to do that on a... Here's the Warg Champion, still have that quest, by the way, which should be ready for turn-in or something? Or that might be another quest I have here somewhere that I just got. Skull Trophy? Maybe this is what I need to do for that. And that'll... Yeah, the top... Okay. So that is a pretty interesting quest chain, I must say. Like, I feel like the zone is fun. It helps that I'm more in the mood to play Lotro than I was when Update 30 was released. But I will say the zone is shaping up to be quite fun, it seems. My biggest criticism of the zone, of Update 30 so far, would be the lag in the zone. The clutter isn't necessarily a bad thing for clutter's sake, while I usually don't like clutter too much. The reason I would rate the zone bad is because of the lag, which seems to be caused by the clutter. Essentially. Like, that's its biggest downfall. Also, these floating things. That's like minus another point. Eventually, I hope to do a full Update 30 review. These are just some notes that would ideally go into that, assuming I remember it by the time it comes to that. But what I am trying to do, I thought about looking at my Embers of Enchantment situation, seeing if I could do anything with that. So just to look at my currencies I have on this character, on this server, I have not many Embers of Enchantment, so maybe I'll still hoard things for a while and just do that for a bit. So I think that is a good point to go ahead and wrap up the stream. That is, yeah, I think a good breaking point before I go back out hunting and doing things and getting these quests done, the next set of quests. But unlike earlier, I'm actually a lot more excited because I am more in the mood to play Lotro since I last played Update 30. To get back to this, I do have a lot of other things going on in this game. I want to get back to Treebeard as well. I also want to do some videos on, some on the interview, but some talking about different topics that were brought up in the interview. And then what other things? Anor, do you want to get back? Eventually, I'd like to at least get the book quest. That would be the main thing I want to do on Anor, get the book quest done. And otherwise, just go there for group content, of course. And then maybe try to keep up with the server once a week. And on top of all that, I also want to get back to Final Fantasy XIV, which I might do tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure what's going on tomorrow. But yeah, might do that tomorrow. I know I talked about doing it yesterday and I never got around to it, but potentially that could come tomorrow. I am excited to eventually continue that game for anybody that may be curious on that. Anyway, I feel like that is a good wrap up and preview towards the future. Again, later, I decided maybe next weekend or the end of this week that I'm going to try a little different setup for my whole room and streaming gaming desk situation and turn everything around. So that'll be something I will test for a little bit just to look out for in the future. And if I like it, I would keep it, and if I don't, I would just revert back to how it is now, essentially. But yeah, with that, I think that is actually all I have for the stream. And as far as the stream goes with the content, we did a lot of fun stuff. Not only the quest progress, didn't even talk about the Fall of Khazad-dûm raid, which I like that raid. I really like single boss raids that you can do quickly, while I also like the large scale raids. These are nice to just pop on and do pretty quick. We also did a Shakalash, and I got an Essence, which somehow the 6-man running that on tier 1 in 10 minutes gave me more exciting rewards as one Essence box compared to getting a shiny new piece of armor. That was more exciting, more beneficial to this character than a new piece of armor, which doesn't make much sense and I'm not a big fan of, so might talk about that in a future video with my thoughts better explained and not so much scattered as they are in stream format. But anyway, off that tangent and back to the point of wrapping up the stream, I hope you all did enjoy that, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more or becoming a channel member to support the content, and thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.